Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Steve and I'm a solutions consultant here at Adobe, specializing in Adobe Sign, Adobe's electronic signature solution. I'm going to show you how Adobe Document Cloud Solutions can speed up your sales cycle and help you close business faster. In today's fast-paced business environment, speed equals competitive advantage. But for sales teams that still rely on paper marketing materials, quotes and contracts, it can take weeks, even months to get from contract to close. We're going to step through the sales cycle one part at a time and really break down the all-digital sales process and what it could mean for your business. You're here on today's webinar as I'm sure you want to close more business. However, you may also be faced by one or more of the following challenges within your sales organization. Inaccurate, decentralized and inconsistent marketing materials that fail to impress your customers. The long time it takes to pull quotes and contracts together, and executives spending too much time on administrative tasks. The often disjointed process associated with seeking approvals from several stakeholders across the business. Lack of visibility into the progress of a document's journey through the approval chain. Insufficient accuracy around forecasting your team's performance. If any of these challenges sound familiar, stick around, because over the course of this webinar, I'm going to show you how you can take steps to transform your sales process with relevant demonstrations to your business. Adobe Sign is the trusted electronic signature leader. We have been the leader in digital documentation for over 20 years, and Adobe created the PDF standard. We process in excess of 7 billion signature transactions per year. And Adobe Sign serves over 77 million users in countries around the world. So where does Adobe Sign fit into Adobe's suite of solutions? Adobe solutions fall into three clouds: Creative Cloud, Experience Cloud, and Document Cloud. Adobe Creative Cloud brings together the world's best creative apps like Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and XD. Services, assets, and learning content so people can create their best work anywhere. Adobe Experience Cloud helps enterprises build campaigns, manage advertising, and gain deep intelligence about business performance. Adobe Document Cloud provides everything people need to create digital document workflows quickly, securely, and in the systems that they are using every day. Adobe Document Cloud includes Acrobat DC, Adobe Sign, which is what we'll be largely speaking about today, and powerful mobile apps, all backed by rock-solid security. The first part of our sales cycle is developing your opportunity. Once a lead has been qualified, the clock has started, counting down a timer from an engaged prospect to a frustrated one, disheartened with your business. Providing them with timely, accurate, polished sales materials is a surefire way to impress, reducing the time it takes to close a deal. Adobe Document Cloud enables sales executives to create, edit, protect, send, track, and store collateral, allowing you to engage prospects with professional, well-organized marketing materials in a single PDF document package. Adobe Acrobat DC allows you to take control of your messaging, edit, comment, and review documents in real time with your teams wherever and whenever you want. Making tweaks to a case study is a breeze. Collaborate with your team on any device to ensure no time is lost in the comment and review process. When you're ready to engage your prospect, Adobe Document Cloud will deliver the document securely, ensuring only the intended recipient can open it. You'll even be notified when your package has been read, giving you visibility into your prospect's level of engagement with you. Adobe Document Cloud acts as your central repository for all your marketing materials. So updates only need to be done once and they're available for your entire sales team. When it comes to talking commercials, prospects expect accurate numbers delivered in a timely manner. Using out-of-date price lists can lead to the dreaded "where did these numbers come from?" feedback from your fulfillment team. Lack of visibility into the quote journey and audit trails are endemic in spreadsheet-based quoting, leaving you wondering whether a prospect has even seen your quote at all, let alone signed it off. Using Adobe Sign, quotes can be compiled and sent for signature directly from within your CRM tool, meaning spreadsheet quoting is a thing of the past. Quotes can be signed off instantly from any location and on any device. You'll receive your signed quote in a secure package bundled with a complete audit report for your peace of mind, giving way to cleaner handoffs between sales and order fulfillment, resulting in more efficient deployments and happier customers. Once returned, quotes can be linked directly to the forecast. This results in less administration overhead for the sales teams and more accurate forecasting information for management decisions. Let's have a look at how easy it is to send a quote using Adobe Sign. I am in Dynamics 365, currently looking at a quote that I have created. Adobe Sign for Dynamics has been installed and pre-configured. And we want to send our lead contact, Jane Taylor, a quotation for £5,730. We can send for signature from the overflow menu, and we choose the send for signature option. We're going to be asked which template we would like to use, and I would like to use our quote template. The draft screen appears, and you can see Jane Taylor has been added to our agreement. And if we had another round of approval needed after this has been signed, we can add an additional recipient with the plus button here. Scrolling down, a Microsoft Word document has been pre-attached with the tags and fields added automatically as the template. The agreement name has been pre-populated and a message to that person as well has been added. If Jane was in person with me, we could check the box to require in-person signing. And as soon as I press send, the very next screen that pops up will be the signing screen. And we can do the signature directly from within this laptop here. Everything looks good. I'm going to press send agreement now. And our quotation has been sent to Jane Taylor. Jane is using a mobile device, and she has an email from Global Corp asking her to sign her quotation. Tapping on her blue link, Jane is taken straight through to her signing screen. Zooming in a little bit here, we can see Jane's details for the Coho Winery have been added to the top of her quote. The address, the phone number, all the contact details have been merged in from the quote object in Dynamics. The amount, $5,730, has also been merged from the quote in Dynamics. Jane needs to enter in her job title. She does so using the keyboard and taps the box to add her signature. The default option is to sign using her finger because Adobe Sign has recognized she has a mobile device. So I shall just sign this now. Press apply, and her signature has been added to this document. Tap the blue button, and it is as simple as that. Jane's quotation has now been signed. The most crucial part of the sales cycle is closing the deal. Negotiations complete, the pricing has been approved, statements of work agreed upon. You want nothing to stand in the way of getting your sales order signed. Sending paper-based sales orders add unnecessary time to your cycle, especially when several levels of approval need obtaining after the customer is signed. If contracts come back with errors on, it can lead to lost deals or even legal action. With Adobe Sign built into your CRM tool, sales teams can dramatically reduce errors by consulting a centralized library of document templates. Adobe Sign forms have validation built in, so forms simply cannot be submitted with mistakes on. Getting approval signatures on your deal is simple too. Real-time tracking will send you notifications when recipients view, approve, and sign contracts. No rekeying is required, as data from Adobe Sign Forms is automatically merged into the system of record, freeing your sales teams to focus on selling. Once complete, you can store the signed documents in your existing CRM tool or online in Adobe Document Cloud and quickly retrieve contracts when needed. All contracts are bundled with the final audit trails, capturing all the steps of the process. The result? Sales contracts close faster, and your company makes a positive impression, helping drive long-term customer loyalty. Let's take a look at just how easy sending a sales order is in Adobe Sign. In this example, I'm going to send a sales order from Salesforce Lightning, and Adobe Sign for Salesforce has been installed and pre-configured. I'm working with Jane Taylor, the lead contact on this opportunity, called the Burlington Textiles Weaving Plant Generator. We are currently at stage 5 in the process, and we are ready to send a sales order out for signature. We're going to ask Jane Taylor when she signs to enter in a PO number, which will automatically update this opportunity for me. Scrolling down, Jane Taylor is our lead contact, and sending for signature will automatically add her to the Adobe Sign agreement. We trigger the process from the overflow menu here, and I've added an option in the layout for Adobe Sign Send. Clicking on that will create a draft agreement. I can verify the details, make sure everything's okay, and send it out to Jane. The document has already been pre-configured and is already tagged for use in Adobe Sign, so I don't have to do anything there. The message as well is also hard-coded. You can see the account name has been added, and the amount from the opportunity is also added to the Adobe Sign message. Everything looks okay. Let's scroll down and we press the send button now. And our sales order has gone out for signature. Let's jump over and see what Jane sees in her email inbox. She has an email from me asking her to sign her client services agreement. Clicking on her link will take her through to signing. At the top of her agreement, all of the details that we have on record for Jane in Salesforce have been merged onto this agreement. Contact details, the company name and the contact details that we have for Jane have been added, as well as the amount she is going to be investing with us. One of our 2 required fields is to enter in the PO number. So I'm going to enter in 12345, example PO. Scrolling down, and we can see that we still have to enter in Jane's title and, of course, sign our agreement. The 4 options for signing Jane has is to type her name using the keyboard. The second of which is to draw her name, perhaps using the mouse or the trackpad. And if she was using a mobile device, this will also be the default option if Adobe Sign detects a touchscreen. Next, she's able to upload an image to represent her signature, perhaps a wet ink signature on a piece of paper, and take a photo of that. And finally, we can send an SMS to a mobile device. Jane can turn her smartphone sideways and sign using her finger, and the signature will come immediately back to this laptop so we can continue. I'll just type Jane's name and we press apply. Clicking on the blue link at the bottom will submit Jane's sales order now back to us. Let's have a look in Salesforce and how this updates our opportunity. If I return back to the opportunity and force the page to do a refresh, you can see here that we have advanced to the closed won stage. This is stage 10 of the process. This has happened for us automatically because of the Adobe Sign agreement being signed. Jane's PO number that she entered here has been added for us automatically. And scrolling down, the Adobe Sign Agreements object has been updated with 1 sales order, has the status of signed, and we can access the signed document at any time just by clicking this link here, directly from within the opportunity. Once the order is complete, we move on to invoicing and fulfilling the order for your customer. Adobe Sign can securely collect payments, so an invoice can be paid as soon as it's read, giving customers a great digital experience, which will promote long-term loyalty to your company. Here's a look at how collecting payments in Adobe Sign works. In order to take payments with Adobe Sign, we need to add a payment field to our agreement. This can be done using the preview screen within the Adobe Sign web portal. So if I press Next here on this transaction, the Adobe Sign preview screen will show. What we can do from the right-hand side of the preview screen, scrolling down, we have the option for Payment Fields. Dragging and dropping a payment field onto a document at any point will put Adobe Sign into payment mode. Payment mode will change the messaging slightly for your signer, and instead of asking them to sign, it will ask them to pay and sign. Double-click on our field here. This will give us more options. We can choose the value that we would like our signer to pay. So let's go for the total amount of €1,600. And do we want this field to be read only, yes or no? Very important, because if we uncheck this, the customer will be able to modify the amount in which they pay. And we do not want that on this occasion. And the currency can also be chosen from this drop down here. We're going to go for €1,600. Everything looks good. Let's press Send now, and I shall show you what it is like to sign an invoice. Jumping over to my email inbox, you can see our customer has an email from me, and they are being asked to sign the invoice. Clicking on the link will take you through to signing, as always. And you can see the total amount is €1,600. Our signer here is being asked to enter in a PO number. So let's type that in now. Scrolling down, 2 more required fields. Our signer, Jane Taylor, needs to enter in her job title and, of course, sign our agreement. So that has now been done, and you can see at the bottom of the screen here, the button has a slightly different caption. We are being asked to pay and sign the invoice. So clicking on the link, this is where we will be able to enter in payment details to make this payment. So I have an example credit card number here. And what this will do is this will simulate a successful payment using a Visa credit card. So if I enter in the details now, clicking on our blue button will place this order, and it will also submit the signature as well, and we will have a total amount of €1,600 taken from the card mentioned above. Clicking on that, our agreement has successfully been signed and the payment has been taken. Let's now have a look at some of the emails I've been receiving in the background, and we can show you how that differs from a standard Adobe Sign transaction. Here's the signed and filed email, and of course attached to this email is the courtesy copy of the signed document. Let's open this up in Acrobat, and as always the signatures are in place. Scrolling down, the final page is our audit report. But you will notice at the very bottom of the audit report there is a final step here that says this document was paid by Jane at this time. And notice there is also a transaction ID, and this will correspond with your Braintree Sandbox account that will tell you that is the transaction ID that was generated at the time Jane paid and signed her invoice. Sales managers are looking to gain insight into the health and performance of their team. Managing sales contracts manually makes forecasting complicated, as it's difficult to tell when deals will close or if they're stalled. Adobe Sign gives you visibility into the sales contract cycle. Reports updated in real time confirm document delivery and show when customers view, approve, and sign contracts, so you know exactly where you are in the sales cycle. Here's a look at generating reports in Adobe Sign. You are able to generate reports inside of the Adobe Sign web portal from our 4th tab along here, Reports. And here is a list of all the reports I've created, and these are scheduled to go out at a certain interval throughout the month, and you will receive an email that will notify you to tell you when your new report is ready to view. Let's create a new one here by clicking the blue link. What I'd like to do is to have a look at what my sales organisation got up to over a specific date range. Let's go back to the start of June, and we'll go through to today's date. With reports, we are able to filter down and look at perhaps individual users within an account or we can look at groups of users. So maybe if you wanted to isolate just the sales organization and leave out HR, we are able to do that. And then we can even filter down to a specific document. So maybe if you wanted to isolate perhaps just the quote process within your sales teams, we can do that by looking at just a specific document. We do have a number of other options as well that we can set on Adobe Sign reports. However, let's just run this one and see what we get back. And Adobe Sign reports will give you a nice 3D graph interface here that can give you a snapshot of what your organization was up to at the date range specified. So you can see I sent 105 agreements out. My team got up to 105 agreements, and the graphs break it down by week, so you can see at what times of the month were we most busy. We also get a breakdown by sender as well, so you can see who specifically on my sales team is sending out the most agreements, but more importantly, what percentage of them are actually going through to completion, and you can see the breakdown of how many are actually being rejected. Scrolling down, we can also see a breakdown by group as well. So perhaps if you're segmenting your sales team into region, you'll be able to see which regions are performing the best or are sending out the most agreements here. That can be seen all from within inside reports in Adobe Sign. By using Adobe Sign, removing time-consuming administrative burdens frees your sales staff to concentrate on getting new business, nurturing customer relationships, and growing revenue. When it comes to renewing, the all-digital sales process will have impressed your customer. They received polished, professional marketing collateral in a single PDF package. The quote delivery was accurate and timely, and sign-off was given on a mobile device at the customer's convenience. The sales order was approved within a few hours, with multiple stakeholders across the business involved in the process. The accounts team were able to pay their invoice digitally, providing a fantastic customer experience. The customer is now ready to grow their account with you. Adobe Document Cloud serves as your repository for marketing material templates. It's very easy to replicate the process quickly for upsell and cross-sell opportunities, meaning customers get a streamlined service bespoke to their account. All of the history of the account is stored in the CRM tool, providing a record of your customer's engagement journey, helping your sales teams build long-lasting relationships with your loyal customers. To wrap up, I'd like to close by answering the question, why do our customers love Adobe Sign? Adobe is a trusted company with billions of signatures transacted from over 140 countries worldwide. We have over 20 years' experience developing secure digital document solutions. We show great standards leadership. Of course, we were the inventor of PDF and digital signatures in PDF. However, our newest development, the Cloud Signature Consortium, is building a standard that will bring the most secure form of electronic signatures to mobile devices around the world. Our interface is 30% faster than the competition, providing a better signing experience. Adobe Sign provides unsurpassed enterprise branding and customization, allowing you to personalize the experience, promoting your brand. Adobe has a history of stable management and leadership, and we're one of the most trusted SaaS providers in the world, processing more than 7 billion signature transactions a year. And if you think that number is impressive, Adobe's Marketing Cloud platform as a whole processed 40 trillion transactions. Adobe is no stranger to high volumes of data and traffic. And now I'd like to hand back to our presenter to see if we have any questions at all.